Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and we have two very impressive gloves here. I didn't know that these were coming out, saw them in the local store, grabbed them because I was so impressed by them and wanted to talk about them. So I gave Sherwood high praise for their, I think, T120 gloves or BPM 120 gloves, and they were awesome. They were really great gloves, especially for the price point. These are even better, and they kind of blow everything out of the water at their respective price points. So first of all, I'm gonna say this: these are not like this amazing special foam gloves that you might find with Bauer. So this is from a 1X Pro, which Poron, which is a expensive smart foam. Your like standard foams right there, and then a plastic insert. These do not have this. So this is on a whole different level, but these are impressive nevertheless, and they might not be using Poron, but they are using a pretty decent material. So we have two gloves here. We have the Sherwood 5030 Pros and the 5030s. So the price point for these gloves, so this one is the 5030 Pro is $109 Canadian, and the 5030 is $79 Canadian. Just as an equivalent, this is a Warrior QR20 Pro, and this is $179 Canadian. So remember, $109, $179. I will be doing a review of these in a different video. Why these impress me? So one, these are, they're a 4-roll, but they're a snug 4-roll. So think more along the lines of the CCM 4-roll tightness and maybe STX, not Bauer and not Warrior. Both of those fit looser. But they do have brakes in them. They feel great on your hands. I'll just put it on to start with that. They feel pretty mobile out of the box, really easy to touch your pinky and your index finger. They have a flex thumb. Materials are pretty decent. They're pretty comfortable all around. Putting these on, I didn't think that they would be as cheap as they are. I figured they'd be $150, $170. I assumed Sherwood was going to step up their prices because I believe this new Sherwood Code sticks will be more expensive than the previous ones. So I assume that that's what they would be doing here, and they didn't, and it's really, really awesome, to be totally honest. Like I said, both of these gloves blew me away, especially for the price. On the 5030s, they have what feels like dual density foams and then a plastic insert. So you can feel the insert right there, and then you can feel that harder top foam and then a softer bottom foam. So similar in terms of design of what Bauer is doing, where they have the plastic, or honestly, this is most pro level gloves. They have a plastic insert, they have a hard level foam, and then they have a softer level foam below. That's pretty common between most glove companies now. The only thing is you get this at a $109 price point, which is usually not the case. Usually at $109, you're missing plastic inserts somewhere in the glove. This you don't. It's everywhere in the glove. Has a flex thumb, which most at that price don't either. 3-piece index finger, again, most of that price don't have that. And it's pretty nice, like it feels pretty good. It does have a tight backhand with not a ton of movement. So this isn't I will 100% say a 2S Pro is a way better glove than this in terms of comfort and mobility, stuff like that. With that said, 2S Pro is like $240. This is $109, and I would not shy away from ever wearing this. They have this anti-stink ultra fresh technology sticker that looks super cheap on the side. The interesting thing about these gloves is they're made in Cambodia, which is new. But like everything is pretty solid here. I did the impact test with the mini stick, and the only real complaint is right here. There could be right in here, hopefully this will be on camera, right in here there's kind of a gap, and that's an issue. I've had cuff issues before with gloves, and this one is kind of one, so they could have done that a little bit better. But the fingers are all really good, the thumb's really good, everything else is really good. The other tiny issue is right here. It's not a tiny issue, it's an issue. There's a gap right here, so you can get sticks or pucks sticking through that. Now it's a mini stick, but this is an issue Warrior has had in the past, and that's an issue right there too. This needs to be tighter together, or make this a triple segmented break, and then that will kind of close it off. The new Warrior ones basically still have an issue on the index and ring finger, but because this is triple segmented, it doesn't really allow it to get through. It'd be much more rare. But that is one of the issues there too. You have your spandex gussets, which are really nice. I would have preferred to have that Nash at the end just to make it a little bit more premium, like the top end and the Pro Stock gloves have, but still nice feel there. The liner is like, feels like honestly a ripoff of the CCM one for the FT1. Similar pattern, not as smooth as the CCM one is, but it's all the way through and it feels pretty nice. It's not like top premium quality, but it's nice. I'd say the lowest point of this though is the palm. Their Profeel palm it doesn't feel, it's not that soft. I'll put it that way. It's not uncomfortable, but it's not soft, and you won't put your hand on it and think, wow, this is amazing. It's just okay. But $109, it wouldn't scare me away from it. I wish personally they used the yellow palm that was in the old Sherwoods. I think the BPM 120. That was a really comfortable palm. I wish they did that. It's a little hot though, but this one is definitely cheaper. So not quite as nice there. But $109 is a ridiculous price for this, and I'm a huge fan of them. So great job by Sherwood. Again, tight fitting, but this segment does help a bit with the pinky to index finger. It's a comfortable glove. I totally recommend people checking this out. I do love how you can put your number on the inside. Nice little spot for there. They do fit like a tight 15 too. They're not a long 15. They're pretty standard to like CCMs, I would say, but it is snug all the way around. Huge fan of that. Next, we'll get to the even more price point glove. So these are, again, the Sherwood 9030. So you lose some stitching on there, some less textured cuff right there. But the rest of the glove is honestly, it's not like identical foams. This one has a softer foam below, but it still has that softer foam, still has that harder foam, and still has that plastic insert. On a glove that's $80 Canadian. This is supposed to be cheap garbage. Like, I would never recommend an $80 glove to anyone ever before. Until this. Like, this is not a bad glove at all. If you're not willing to spend over $100 on a glove, and like, if that's $100 on clearance or anything, or like Pro Stock, this is a deal. Like, this is really nice. So, mobility on this cuff isn't that good. I really wish they kind of put it over the cuff, so when you bent it, it would kind of go with that, but it's not, so it doesn't do that. So you will have to break this glove in a bit, especially on the cuff. Protection on the cuff is also lacking. They needed to change that, like, add piece of foam right where that seam is, because you can feel that when you get hit on it. But again, this is an $80 glove, and while that one does have the protection issue too, it's pretty minimal. Same issue on the fingers though, as the other one, where these need to be closer together or break this into 3 to stop that. But this glove for $80 is just unreal. Like, the palm isn't that nice. There's no flex thumb, but again, $80, and this is better than most like $150 retail gloves. So it's very impressive on Sherwood's part, and like, they deserve a ton of credit for that. I can touch the pinky fine, so it's not bad for mobility. The gussets aren't spandex, but the gussets are the same gussets which are on a $180 Warrior glove, and $80, $180. Like, that's unreal. Again, this glove isn't going to feel like the best glove off the shelf, because other companies will do a softer feeling glove, but for the price, nothing is close to this. Like, the only thing remotely close to these gloves, well, this glove, is the STX gloves, but they're not really available in Canada. They're not available in retail stores, so you have to buy direct. So at $109, you can't really get a retail glove for that price. On top of that, STX gloves are more expensive than these are in Canada. I think they're like $120 or something plus ship. Anyways, they are more expensive than these in Canada. I would say STX are better than these, but these are cheaper, and they are at that retail setting, so you can try them on, stuff like that first. So, but besides that, there's nothing close to these on the market that are nearly as good value and best bang for buck. Like, these, I would wear both of these gloves fine, and I have like a collection of gloves, and I would have no issues putting these on. I wouldn't feel unsafe. They feel okay enough on my hand. They don't feel bad. Like, some cheap missions I had before felt terrible. These don't. These feel decent. Like, again, the palms aren't gonna like blow you away. They're not super soft, but like, and they're not like super broken in. But the durability should be there, because they've used this nylon for a while. I've seen it on the older Sherwood ones, and except for this will probably wear out a bit, but whatever. It's the leather stuff, like on that, always wears out. It's on Warrior stuff too. Like, this stuff kind of flakes off. But like, it's a solid glove, and there's nothing else that like competes with this on a price level. I hope Sherwood does really well in these because they deserve credit for it and they deserve success by bringing something out at this price point. Like, this is a ridiculous price point. So if you're looking for a 4-roll glove, if you're looking for a loose one, maybe not this one, but if you are looking for any glove, try this on because for the price, it can't be beat and they're really, really good. So hopefully this video was helpful and you found out about these gloves in a similar way as I did, which was a surprise. Remember to subscribe to me on YouTube, like this video, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, links in the description. And if you do buy a piece of gear from one of my videos, or if you want me to review a piece of gear, please reach out to manufacturers, let them know on social media. Helps me get on the radar, so hopefully like I would be able to actually use these on ice and not just talk about them here. So I could talk about like how they breathe and stuff like that. But thank you very much for watching. Take it easy.